Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. I am doing the hashtag Top Tarot Trumps by Musings by Masha, and this is the Chariot. I said I had a lot of cards. I thought I had like around 20 because I just kept finding more cool chariots, but actually I really only have 11. So that makes it sound better, right? If I thought I had 20, but I really only have 11. All right, let's go with that. So I'm going to start with the obvious ones. The obvious ones? Well, the ones I thought of first. And believe it or not, my first thought was this Danilov chariot. And I like this one mostly because it's just beautiful. There is a majors only deck of this where it's slightly different, but I like the white unicorn and the black I don't know what this is, like maybe a sphinx or a griffin. And then the charioteer with the Cancer sign on his chest, who's just kind of mindless and stone. He doesn't really have his arms. I think that's interesting. And the banner at the top, the sky. The other one I thought of almost immediately was this from the Sassy Burrito, the Sa Cervito. Because it's just an unforgettable card. The horse with his he wants to go in one direction, but you got to pull him, right? Pull those reins. And I thought of this one. This is from Crimson Asteria. I like this one because when I go into the spiel, it references the sun. Also, she has this way of putting in little symbols like the stars, very subtly, that have great meaning. And then, of course, this really pretty one from the Ritual Tarot with the Sphinx, the all-seeing eye, the Cancer, and the two wheels on either side. And this one gives you a feeling that you're moving through a vortex at great speed, like that. All right, so, and then very obviously, if you're going to make a deck that is kind of modern, you might want to use the car as a symbol, because, that's what the chariot was back when tarot was invented or the cards were first painted. It was a modem of transportation. And I like this from the Rosebud Tarot because she's on Highway 101. At least I think she is. That's what it looks like to me. She's got her little buddy in the car with her. And she's got her little thing hanging on the rearview mirror. Rosebuds at her ear. She's about to take a nice long trip. And then, of course, from my beloved Supernatural Tarot, the obvious chariot has to be the Impala, right? Okay, I'll be right back. I made a fresh cup of coffee. And when you have a cup of coffee and you're making a video, your stuff always goes cold. And this coffee is so good. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the Chariot for a second. Okay. The Chariot is quite possibly the central card around which all tarot moves. Um, if you if you have read Robert M. Place, and Rachel Pollack talks about it a bit, of course, Mary Kay, because these people are all buddies, they all hang out together at Reader's Studio and all around. I mean, they get together and they chat. Uh, you will know about the idea that if you remove the Fool, the tarot trumps can be split evenly in 3 groups of 7. The Chariot is the final card of that first septenary. So it is the end of the human part, the end of, who was it that was talking about discovering your power, learning some secrets, the mother and the father, society's rules, making connection. And then we get to the Chariot. Well, in Robert M. Place's his many decks, his many works, this is the alchemical tarot. So the chemical symbol here is sublimation. And this is where something will go from being a solid straight to being a gas without being a liquid in between. So it's like a jump, a skip. And in particular, this card, I just did a video not so long ago on the Odyssean tarot, the Greek myths. So this is Phaeton. This is the son of Helios. This is him getting on that chariot and wanting to prove that he can do it, that he can be his father's son. And he can't really. He screws up, sets the world on fire, and ends up getting blasted by Zeus, right? But he jumps in that chariot and says, I can do it, and flies off. And that's when I was kind of guessing the cards when I was unboxing this Odyssean. I'd forgotten that part of the myth. This is actually Phaeton, not Helios. Helios was the only guy who could do it. He's the only one who could drive that chariot through the sky carrying the sun. So there are other chariot myths, and among them is this is the angel, what's this angel called? Cherubio, chief of charioteers. And this is a type of angel. And this angel shows up in the Raziel. You can see a little better kind of what they are, but this is from a dream in the book of Ezekiel. And these, the chariot wheels were 4-sided, and the wings on the angels were multiple. And there was a bunch of angels, and each angel has 4 heads. This is Abrahamic myth, but this is Scorpio, Taurus, what's the other one? The Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and my My sister is February. The air sign. I forget. So it's very interesting here. The idea of this chariot in Ezekiel's dream, which was meant to send you through the planets from the earthly world to the to heaven, above the sky, above what you can see, beyond, right? So sublimation, you're skipping a step. In the book, Rachel describes a story in the, I think it's in the Bible, or it's one of the scholars that talks about the Bible, how there was 4 different rabbis who tried to do this this moving from through meditation, I guess, where they go from the earthly plane up to the heavenly plane, and one of them burns up, one of them loses his mind, one of them loses his way and turns to some other religion, and the final one actually gets there and comes back. And I just thought it was a very interesting way to look at the chariot with its 4 different elemental and zodiacal situations. Also, we have here in, so that was the Raziel Tarot and Tarot of Angels, Robert and Place. This is, why does our brain turn off? Good grief. Okay, Spirit Keepers. So Spirit Keepers, Revelation, the second printing. But here we have the charioteer. They are becoming aware. Here's the starry sky. Lux at veritas is light and truth. The lion is stepping on his tail because truth is painful. The moon blocks, like Chinese divination moon blocks on their forehead, these are all things that the chariot has always contained. If you look very closely, can we see? Will it do it? You can see the armor has all this like symbology on it. Here is the Taurus. Aquarius, thank you. Jeez Louise. Is this Scorpio? And Leo. Okay? So the chariot addresses not only all four elements, the zodiacal situation. It is moving from one state of mind to the next. It is sublimation. It is that power of, I can do this, photon, right? I can do this. I can make you proud of me. I have the ability in my DNA to do this. And so you move toward it, but you have to be careful. You have to be measured, because If you get too excited, do too much, you'll burn out. If you find something out too soon and your mind can't handle it, you'll lose your mind. If you discover something that doesn't work with your own personal gnosis, you'll turn away. You won't be able to deal with it anymore. But if you are careful and you control that will and that reason and the need to continue on, then you might skip a step and be able to come back to the ground with knowledge that you can use to help other people. And that's it. I think I did pretty good. We weren't here for days, so thank you for coming.